Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we were at the end of Daimyo Castle. Daimyo? Daimyo. And we're doing this as a lizard man because, well, it's different. I mean, normally at this point in the game you would be using the Lion Man, but I got this handy dandy Tasmanian sword and I intend to take advantage of it. Speaking of the Tasmanian sword, it occurs to me that I was using it through most of this dungeon instead of the Lucky Sword, so I was not getting as much money as I could have from the monsters. But the fact that I was wearing this stronger sword probably did help me survive. Speaking of which, I'm at full health, and I got 2 extra lives now, so let's do this. This is probably the hardest boss in the game, by the way. Try to guess why. Actually, oh, hold on. He goes off screen. That's kind of an issue. So here's a couple of things worth pointing out. For one thing, maybe this wasn't the ideal transformation for this fight because, oh boy, he's taking a lot of hits. More importantly, you cannot change forms. The Tasmanian sword does not let you change forms in boss arenas. So, even though I have the advantage here, this is gonna take a little bit of time. I also don't have much in the way of items. Bummer. I knew that the final boss was strong against my flame breath. Wasn't aware that was the same issue with this particular boss. So, this appears to be another sort of dragon boss. All the bosses are dragons. It also kind of reminds me of a pig. I don't think he is a pig though. Oh, ow, ow. That's a problem. So the reason why I wanted to go with the lizard man in the first place is because he is very painful if you get too close to him. He does hit you with your sword and ow. So while this is certainly the slow method, it is also the safe method, assuming I can dodge those attacks properly. Tell you what, I'm sure my twin sister would approve of this thing's color. Pink dragon. Erica is certainly a fan of pink. Oh, once he's off screen, you can't hit him. That's another situation. Yet he can still attack you. Maddie Ratata says, yeah, this game's art style makes some of the dragons look like pigs. Daimyo and Mummy Dragon in particular. You know, especially Mummy Dragon. That one definitely looks pig-like. More than any other. Drat. Well, I made it more than halfway through the fight without using one potion, so as long as I keep up the pace, I can make it through the rest of the fight without using the other potion. That's one thing about this particular scenario. It might be safe, but it is also a situation of endurance. Because I can make mistakes. And if I make mistakes, I'm gonna be hurting. At the very least, this is a cool background. Come to think of it, as soon as I get this guy off camera, we should see what this all looks like in retro graphics. He certainly walks pretty interestingly. Every day we're shuffling. So this will probably be the last boss that I fight as a lizard man, because... yeah. Crap. Don't miss, because he won't. Well, we're almost done with this fight. It is slightly annoying how his hitbox is only active when he's on screen. What is it with video games and hitboxes only working on screen? Oh boy. Another hit like that and I'll be using my other potion. At this point, it's safe to assume I'm not going to die in this fight unless things go horribly, horribly wrong. But I still prefer to keep my one potion. There. After all that, hold on a sec. Give me more money. Darn it! There went all that. Well, I'm a bird now. Well, didn't get to kill him. So, bird transformation. Let's see, retro graphics. Pretty interesting. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear his footfalls as he hops around, and I think that's a nice touch. Anyway, the advantage to being a bird, surprise, surprise, you can fly. And the awesome thing about this game is, it's unlimited flight. No flight meter, you can just fly as much as you want. That said, have fun trying to attack things in the air. It's a little bit tricksy. In fact, it's not really worth going after those guys. Instead, we're gonna go ahead and hop in here and collect my prizes. Still got the lucky sword, good. Ah yes, Maddie points out the flaw to this transformation. This is the only transformation that cannot swim. If he goes in water, or she, as the case may be. But let's face it, Wonder Girl's been turned into a boy. He's too colorful to be a female bird. But yeah, go into water as a bird, take damage. Ancient underworld design for mortals only. So we got the Hades armor, and I'll be honest, I actually do not know what the special effect of this is. But I'm gonna buy it now, because... have a long life, my friend. I'm gonna buy it now, because... otherwise, I'd have to come all the way back down here if I want another chance to buy it. So offhand, does anybody in the chat know what the Hades armor actually does for us? Also, let me check my other equipment. 60 is that... and it's still the best. Hades armor 63. That is the best. Oh, well. Anyway. At this point, let's go ahead and get some critique on this transformation. Those wings, so much to explore. Aren't you supposed to be taking off now? Indeed. Let us take off. Maddie is suggesting that the Hades armor has a revive. That might be the situation. A one-time revive? Who knows? Ooh, Heavenly Shield. Lightweight, made of wisps of cloud. That is a nice shield. But I can't have it. Is it too expensive? Oh well, we're about to get another shield anyway. By the way, you'll notice that that shop was selling keys. You can, in fact, buy keys, but you can only buy one at a time, and since I already have a key, for some reason, I can't buy any more. But this key will be especially useful here in a minute. But before I show you why, we got some exploring to do down here, because now we can go ahead and get our next hit point. I believe that leaves one more... Oops! I believe that leaves one more hit point in the game, and I know where it is. It's in the final dungeon. Oh, I don't mean this final dungeon, I mean this game's final dungeon, as opposed to the previous game's final dungeon. That said, we need the key to get into the old final dungeon. The old castle, as it were. Which is definitely in shambles, gotta say, but only in the remake. In the original, you can't tell that this place crumbled. That said, it is also nice that... Oh, you're here. Forgot about you. It is nice that they changed the music for this particular dungeon, now that we are here for our return trip. They also added some tougher monsters, so that's a bit of an issue. The maze is still exactly the same. Boy, I'm glad I can fly. All for the sake of ensuring we get more cash. Except these guys apparently don't give anything. In fact, they respawn. That's a problem. That's a problem. Oh my goodness, that's a problem. You know what? Let's go ahead and equip the Tasmanian sword again. As a reminder, if you get knocked around while you're dealing with invincibility frames, you don't take any more damage, thankfully. By the way, the reason why I'm here... You remember how I said early in the game, as we were leaving the castle on fire, and we'd just been turned into a lizard thing? I said that Wonder Girl was all, well, I guess I don't need this legendary equipment anymore, cause I'm wearing nothing and I got fire breath. Well, I wasn't kidding. She really does leave her legendary equipment here. So now we are here to retrieve it. The stuff legends are made of. Okay, while the Lucky Sword does give some money, I think I'm going to prefer an attack power of 185 over an attack power of 70. So now we are on our quest here to collect the rest of the legendary armor and equipment. Lit Dragon says, wow, big difference. Hey, they don't call it legendary for nothing. Okay, at this point I think I can get away with the Lucky Sword. Because I do kind of need money again before we're done here. Of course, we need a key in order to get through this door again. Somebody was mean and locked it back up. Maddie says, yeah, the legendary equipment got zapped out of her with the curse, I assume. No! During the escape sequence, you still are wearing the legendary equipment all the way to the end. Oh boy, I'm a little too close for comfort. Alright, there's the legendary armor. Hades' armor has defense of 63. Legendary armor has a defense of 100. Maddie thinks that keeping the legendary equipment was changed in the remake. Well, I suppose that's entirely possible. Alright, so we got 2 of our legendary stuffs back. That just leaves 1 more. Oh boy. I like how it seems like I'm slapping him with my sword instead of stabbing him. Alright, the location of the last legendary equipment? It's right here. Unfortunately, it's out of my price range. Darn. Some fool lost this one in the labyrinth. Well, we kind of just toss it away. Well, have to remember to come back for that later. But I don't have to go through the castle in order to get to it. Actually, I do know where I can get some money. Hold on a sec. Were you equipment? I think you were equipment. Ooh, more money. Cool. You do have something I don't have yet. 47 defense, though, so no, I won't spend my money on that at this moment. Hey. How's that bird seed? I imagine it's an acquired taste. Oh yeah, I can fly up here now. Actually, since I can fly up here, here's another secret door. Here we can buy thunder spells as well as potions. And unlike that other shop we were at, this one does not seem to lock the potion away if you already have one. That would be useful information. Okay, there is a shop inside the windmill. But before we go there, we need to head this way. We're heading back towards the pyramids, where one of the dungeons was. There's a couple secret rooms there that I want to get. Flying is awesome. I'm so glad that they did not restrict how long you can fly. We are like an albatross. By the way, now that we've acquired every transformation in the game, I gotta ask you guys, if you were to undergo one of these transformations in real life, which one would you want to transform into? As a reminder, we of course got the Birdman, as well as the Lizard Man, Mouse Man, Merman, and Lion Man. Between all of these, oh boy, it'd be a tough choice, I tell you what. It come down to either the Lizard Man or the Bird Man. Being able to fly around would certainly be nice, tell you what. And also having the grabby feet. And the beak. Yeah, you know what? This would be the most interesting for me, so I'd say this would be the one that I would go for. And there's nothing in there because that was health. As for... no, hold that thought. There's something else I want to ask you, but... we're going to head down here now, where we find a whole lot of treasure. Let's start with this one. A little bit of money there. And then... ooh, gotta watch that. So here's the thing about this little secret. Once you open a treasure chest, the other ones do not open. Instead, the other ones become doors. You need to stop touching me. However, each one of these is a different treasure. So let's see what the second one is. Bigger money. When you leave this, make sure you're facing to the left. So that was 1, 2, what's number 3? Fireballs. Lots of fireballs. And number 4. So this is definitely a good place to stock up whenever you reload your game. Just come here and you're gonna get a whole bunch of stuff. Very, very useful. It's also nice that this guy drops money every time we come out and stab him. He's annoying, but he's worth money. Okay, I lost track of which one is which. What does this look like in retro? Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next up is this one. Bunch of arrows. I'm definitely going to want to make sure I don't get a game over because... ow. Because then all this stuff gets taken away. Now, let's see here. Maddie says that for him, if he were to transform into one of these in real life, it would be the Mouse Man. That does not surprise me. Now, let's make this a little bit more interesting. Which one of these transformations would you hate in real life? Which one would just absolutely suck? And would really feel like a curse to you? That is also a tough one for me because, quite honestly, I probably enjoy any of these. Hypothetically speaking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that'll leave one more besides that. Gosh dang it. Alright, let me fly you over here real quick and get the last treasures, and we'll look over the transformations again. Oh, that one even has a potion. That's handy. So let's see here. So, we got the bird transformation. Lizard Man. That was ill-timed. Mouse Man. Merman. Lion Man. And Birdman again. For me, it would probably be the Lion Man that I would hate the most, because I'd be so big and bulky. I just wouldn't like being this big and bulky. Sure, I'd be strong, but I don't like being big. I already take up a lot of space with my wings. Maddie is also saying Lion Man, because Maddie is too clumsy to properly cat. And Lit is also saying Lion Man, because Lit, well, he just thinks the Lion Man is boring. Lit almost said Mouse Man, but Lit changed his mind because it would probably be fun being small. Probably, yeah. Let's get back to some flame breath. No, you don't. Lucky sword back. So there's another thing that I'm trying to acquire while we have the Birdman transformation. And it is at the end of this dungeon. First things first, though. Yes, I have bandages. We have a lot of mummies here. Of course. Boy, these shops do get more expensive as they go along. Also, Lit, you totally did not say which one would be your favorite, but I probably can guess the Lizard Man because Flame Breath. Oh crap. Oh, okay, good. This had another key in it. That would have sucked if I had to go back and find a key. So, these guys are going to go down pretty easy now. In fact, no, I was about to say I should probably fly through, but these guys can jump pretty high, so I'll just burn the frogs. And once we're beyond the frogs, then I can go ahead and fly through the rest of this dungeon. Nope, still frog. Any more? Tell you what, it certainly was a difficult choice between Birdman and Lizardman for me, because the Flame Breath would be pretty cool. But having the feathers and that sort of thing... And the beak. I am very interested in knowing what it's like to have a beak. This is so much easier as a bird. One of you had to get me, huh? Yay! Gimme! Flying enemies. Alright, here we are. Here's the other secret room I wanted. What's in here? Ah, darn, I switched over. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was... Oh. So, there's a limit on how many potions you can carry. That's a bummer. Let's just go ahead and leave now. We're gonna leave and we're going to go into the next episode break. And when we come back, I think we're actually ready to head to the final dungeon. Now, it won't be the end of the game because there's still the unknowns to deal with. But yeah, we'll go to the final dungeon.